Hello my dear students, welcome to Unacademy GATE English. So before going to start the topic, let me introduce myself. I'm KV Swami. I did my MTech in Systems and Signal Processing from JNT College of Engineering, Hyderabad, and passed out in the year 2007. And since 2009 I was into this GATE coaching field, teaching my favorite subjects, signals and systems and communication throughout the country. I have total 12 plus years of teaching experience. Now I'm associated with Unacademy. If you want to take any course in Unacademy, you can use my code KVS Live to get flat 10% discount. Now first of all, we'll see what are the available courses in Unacademy. Basically we have two types of courses here for GATE. One is plus subscription and the second one is iconic subscription. In plus subscription, the student is exposed to live classes, structured schedule, unlimited practice, test series are given. Whereas in iconic subscription, the student will be under the supervision of a experienced educator known as mentor. So personal coach is there who will be periodically monitoring the progress of the student. Study planner is given, expert guidelines, and ESE mains questions and answers are also given to you. Suppose if you want to take subscription in plus for 12 months in plus for either GATE or ESE, it costs around 27,225. If you are going to use my code KVS Live, you are going to get flat 10% discount. So for the same GATE and ESE, if a student is planning for 18 months, that is 1.5 year, it costs around 34,650. And again, if you are going to use my code KVS Live, you'll get flat 10% discount. Again, 24 months, the same GATE and ESE subscription for 24 months, 2 years course, it will cost around 39,600. And if you are going to use the code KVS Live, you are going to get flat 10% discount. So whatever may be the course, don't forget to use my code, that is KVS Live, to get flat 10% discount. Right. After this, iconic. For iconic, for 12 months, it costs around 45,225. If you are using my code KVS Live, you are going to get flat 10% discount. Iconic for GATE and ESE for 24 months, which is ideal for second year students. So it costs around 66,600, and use my code KVS Live to get flat 10% discount. Now let's switch back to our session. Okay, China, hello, Vignesh. Let's see the question from GATE 2021. So GATE 2021 electrical paper, this question appeared, right? So what is this question? First of all, we'll try to read the question. Here, let f of t be an even function. Okay, f of minus t is f of t. For all t, let the Fourier transform of f of t be f of omega, given as f of t integral e power minus j omega t dt. Suppose d by d omega of f of omega is minus omega f of omega for all omega, and f of 0 is 1. Then he gave the option, so you have to choose the correct option. Now how you are going to solve this problem? Now before going to solve the problem, I want to tell you something. Observe here. Bharatchari, hi. Share the session, like the session. See, from the concepts of Fourier transform, if a signal f of t forms a Fourier transform pair with f of omega, so signal will denote it by small f, capital Fourier transform by capital F. And whenever you are going to give a double side arrow, it indicates that f of t forms a Fourier transform pair with f of omega. Means that from the signal you can go to the transform, and from the transform you can get back to the signal. That is the meaning of double side arrow. So you can calculate the Fourier transform f of omega by making use of this expression, integral minus infinite to infinite f of t e power minus j omega t dt. First of all, let you know some concepts. After that we'll jump to the problem. Now given the transform, you can get back to the signal by using inverse Fourier transform by making use of this expression, f of omega e power j omega t d omega. Right? Now what happens if I substitute omega to be 0? If I substitute omega is equal to 0, it is integral minus infinite to infinite f of t dt. And already we have seen that whenever you are integrating a signal, means you are finding the area. So if you want to find area in time domain, simply substitute omega is equal to 0 in frequency domain. Or if you want to find area in time domain, observe the Fourier transform at omega is equal to 0. What happens if I substitute here t is equal to 0? So 2 pi into f of 0 is nothing but integral minus infinite to infinite f of omega d omega. So this is area and frequency domain. Area and frequency domain is value at t is equal to 0 in time domain multiplied by 2 pi. So this is the area property. Anyway, we are going to discuss in detail about this property after this. This is the first concept to be known to solve the problem. Second one is, let's make use of the differentiation in time property. So what is differentiation in time? Differentiation in time. So first of all, we are collecting all the basics required. If f of t forms a Fourier transform pair with f of omega, then d by dt of f of t forms a Fourier transform pair with j omega f of omega. Right? This is required. Differentiation in frequency. Differentiation is frequency. How we are going to write the property? If f of t forms a Fourier transform pair with f of omega, then t times f of t forms a Fourier transform pair with j times d by d omega f of omega. Right? Now this is one property, and the next one what is useful is, see, e power minus t square integral minus infinite to infinite. So this is a Gaussian pulse, so this is a standard integral. You have to remember this is root pi. This is root pi. So by making use of these concepts, we'll try to solve that question. Hope every concept is clear to you, my dear students. Right? Now let's go back to the problem. F of t be a even function. Fine. For all t, let the Fourier transform of f of t be f of omega given like this. Suppose d by d omega of f of omega is minus omega into f of omega for all omega, and f of 0 is equal to 1. Then he's asking small f of 0 is 1, small f of 0 is 0, small f of 0 greater than 1, small f of 0 less than 1. How to solve this one? So let's write what he gave. He said that d by d omega of f of omega is minus omega f of omega and capital F of 0 is what he said? 1. Right. He's asking us to calculate the value of small f of 0. So if this is given, now what you have to do? This is given in terms of transform. Apply inverse Fourier transform. Applying step by step, we'll see. Inverse Fourier transform. Inverse Fourier transform. What you will get? D by d omega of f of omega you want. So go to this property. D by d omega of f of omega means minus j, if it comes here, minus jt minus jt f of t. Okay. Minus jt f of t is equal to, minus is there. Now what is the inverse of omega into f of omega? Observe, omega into f of omega means what is the inverse? Minus j times d by dt of f of t. Minus j times d by dt of f of t. Just we are using the properties. Minus symbol cancel, j gets cancelled. Now if I rearrange this differential equation, so this is d by dt of f of t plus t into f of t is equal to 0. Right? Now we have to solve this differential equation to get the value of f of t. Now what kind of differential equation is this one? First order linear differential equation. What is the general form of first order linear differential equation? I think you might be knowing. dy by dx plus p of x into y is equal to q of x. How to solve this one? First of all, we'll find out what is integrating factor. E power integral p of x dx, and after that solution becomes y into if is equal to integral q of x into if dx plus c. So in this way you are going to solve. Now what is integrating factor here? in our problem integrating factor is e power integral, what is there, t, in the place of p of x t is there, t dt, this is e power t square by 2. Now get the solution, so that we'll get f of t, y into if, what is the in place of y, f of t, so y into if is equal to integral q of x is anyway 0 if you compare, plus c, so c we are going to get, or what is f of t, c e power minus t square by 2. Hope you are comfortable up to this point, my dear students. F of t is what, c e power minus t square by 2, but he's asking us to check the value of f of 0. So f of 0 means how to get f of 0, observe here, look here, f of 0 we want. Now what happens if I substitute f of 0 here, what happens if I substitute f of t to be 0, it is nothing but c, yes or no, f of 0 is nothing but c. Now I must get the value of f of 0. So for that what I'll be doing is I'll try to integrate f of t, integral minus infinite to infinite f of t dt, integrate I'll try to. So what I'll get, c integral minus infinite to infinite, c is a constant, e power minus t square by 2, e power minus t square by 2 dt. But just now we are seeing area in time domain is what, observe here, area in time domain is value at omega is equal to 0, capital F of 0. So this is capital F of 0 is equal to c times integral minus infinite to infinite e power minus t square by 2 dt. But capital F of 0 value he gave it to be 1. So observe here, c times integral minus infinite to infinite e power minus t square by 2 dt is equal to 1. Now from this can you get the value of c? Yes, I can get, observe here, because we know this relation, integral minus infinite to infinite e power minus t square dt is equal to root pi. You must remember this relation, area under this Gaussian pulse is root pi, my dear students, try to remember. Now in this integral what I'll do is, so I want in our integral let t by root 2 is equal to k, I'll assume. So what will happen, dt by root 2 is simply dk. So here c times lower limit of t is minus infinite, so lower limit of k is also minus infinite, upper limit of t is infinite, so upper limit of k is also infinite. So e power minus t square by 2, t square by 2 means minus k square dt is what, root 2 dk is equal to 1. Or if I take root 2 outside, c times root 2 integral minus infinite to infinite e power minus k square dk is equal to 1. But whatever may be the variable, either t or k, so this is nothing but root pi now, so this is c times root 2 multiplied with the root pi is equal to 1. Or what is the value of c? 1 by root 2 pi. But this is the value of f of 0 na, so f of 0 is 1 by root pi. So if you calculate, I think this will come out to be 0.38 something. So here f of 0 is a value less than 1. F of 0 will be a value less than 1. So this must be in your options. We'll see whether we are going to have that or not. F of 0 is equal to 1, this is wrong. F of 0 is equal to 0, wrong. F of 0 greater than 1, wrong. F of 0 is less than 1. So option D will become the right answer. In this way you are going to solve the problem from GATE 2021 electrical. So the idea of this session is you have to link different properties. See here how many properties you are going to make use of. First, differentiation in time, differentiation in frequency, and area property. 3 properties are being used and 1 identity. So in this way we are going to solve the problem. And remember, my dear students, that our subject is interlinked subject. Every concept has a link with the previous concept. So if you're not perfect with the basics, we cannot solve the future problems. So my suggestion for all of you is that you must attend the class regularly. Whatever may be the situation, you must attend the class regularly, and sparing 1 hour is not a big deal. And in that 1 hour, we are effective class is effective class is of only 50 minutes duration, right? So you must you must utilize the opportunity. So in this way you can solve this problem. Hope you enjoyed this problem. Applying inverse and arranging the differential equation and using some mathematical concepts like linear differential equation, getting the signal and substituting the value of t to be 0 because he's asking the value of f of 0, and using the other identities to get the problem. In this way you have to solve the problem. Hope you enjoyed the problem, right? So with this I want to discuss this problem. So more problems will be discussing in Unacademy GATE English. This is nothing. So these kind of problems, many in number, we are going to discuss, but if you are coming regularly and if you are coming in large number, right? So again, you can subscribe. Those who are coming new to this channel, please subscribe to this Unacademy GATE English channel. And let me tell you that various channels are there: Creatrix, GATE ECEWIN, Mechanical and Chemical and Civil, Unacademy GATE English, Unacademy Computer Science, and GATE questions and electrical junction. Various channels we are going to have. And finally, thank you. Thanks for your time. And share this one to your electrical friends, those who have written the GATE exam. So each and every previous GATE question will be discussed in the class only. So try to be regular to the class. Thank you.